Well, so almost 2 years ago, I moved from this tiny and familiar Montevideo to Mexico City with my parents. And when we just arrived, we met Luisa, this Mexican woman who she went to our house to meet my parents because she wanted to start working at our house. But since the very first moment, my parents felt her awkwardness because there was a question that she wanted to make but couldn't bring herself to say it. Until that question really appeared. And so she went, "Pardon me, when I arrived, should I take the staircase or the elevator? Because you may know that here in Mexico, the service staff is used to getting up the stairs." What the real fuck? That was actually like the reaction my parents and I had when I listened to this story. Because honestly, I couldn't believe it. But the answer to her question was unanimous. Choose the elevator. This honestly was the very first time I just realized the importance of equity and of considering and designing equitable practices no matter my role, no matter the situation. Because honestly, before this time, I didn't care about this topic. However, we as change makers and as leaders as we are, hear a lot about transformation, disruption, impact, and all this stuff, you know. But 2020 completely redefined these terms. Coronavirus has changed the ways we live, we learn, everything. We work, whatever. And the death of George Floyd last year here in the US showed us all these inequities. They were in front of our face. But we saw it globally. And yes, I'm a Uruguayan girl, and I felt it too. And today, new waves of COVID-19 cases and all these political differences we've been hearing all day long are exacerbating all these socioeconomic, gender, racial, whatever, everything. We call them inequities. And yes, no worries, because all of you, as I do have and as I did have, we all have some blind spots. But today I want to share with you 3 practical tips that will help you erase them. You know, we really need to take action. We really need to take action because this is our role as change makers. Because there's someone out there, wherever you live, and I'm sure that there is someone here in this room that needs you. Equity and equality, these 2 terms have normally been confused, and we normally tend to use them interchangeably. And actually, equality has sameness as its end goal. But today I want to focus on equity, which may be defined as this stage when whoever, independently of their socioeconomic, gender, ethnic grouping, whatever, have fair and just access to resources that will give them the tools and the empowerment to thrive. And as students, workers, no matter our role, it is really, really necessary to lead initiatives that really impact positively on others. So each one of us can really choose to enable the staircase or the elevator. But now I would like you to close your eyes, just a few seconds. Close your eyes and think about the answer that you created when you were a child, asked you, "Hey, like, what do you want to work on? What's your dream job when you grow up?" Just take it to you. In my case, it was to be a vet. Now, you may all open your eyes. And I want you to quickly also think to yourself, what is the verb that is actually associated with that profession? In my case, I wanted to be a vet, so the verb that is associated, it's to heal. And as a product manager, as a creativity and innovation professor as I am at my university, luckily, I seek to help students, companies, entrepreneurs solve their challenges, solve things that really hurt them. So again, I heal, you see. Together, we solve all these problems that make me feel coherent with my true intentions. What about you? Do you feel that way now? When we talk about equity, equality, but especially equity, it is really, really important, to actually know who is suffering from what type of inequity, for sure, but especially to know yourselves. I don't know, you may have heard this phrase, once a fellow, always a fellow. And it's so true, so true. But what it really, really means, actually, is that since the pinning ceremony day, since that special moment, we all have the responsibility to lead positive change and to impact on others. You may see like this cool manifesto that has this phrase that the world needs us, our nation needs us, and that the time for this, I'm telling you, it is written, the time is right now. So, fellows, faculty champions, whatever your role is, please take with you not only the importance of acting and designing equitable practices, but with this. Number one, always empathize with who is suffering from inequity. Number two, choose the elevator and take others with you through it. Don't go alone, never go alone. And number three, be true to you and the verb you may have discovered just a few minutes ago. I would really like to invite you also to reflect and ask yourself, how might we level the playing field for equity? Thank you.